Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy show and share day. How is everybody? This is Rosemary Massaro. I'm Craft with Ro. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to play with the new hot foil system. I can't wait to share with you, to show you how easy it is. It's fun. It's addicting. It really is pretty cool, and it's really easy. So I want to see if I have anybody here. I'm going to just check to see if I have any conversations going on. If you are joining me tonight, please say hello. Let us know where you're from. Has anybody purchased it yet? And what are your thoughts? Have you guys played with it at all? Looks like I'm going to have a quiet night tonight. Okay. Hey, Wendy, how are you? So I just saw your text, Wendy. So I don't know what the status is on that one, but I did get it confused. So sorry about that. I think that one is still waiting to come in as well. Hi, Kathy. How are you? All right. So let me share with you. These are 2 cards that I made last week when I started to play around with it. And it was so addicting. I really wanted to just keep playing with it. But I had other priorities. So I didn't get to play with it tonight. We're going to get this system going. And I'm going to just walk you through. So I wanted to share with you that it does take a little bit to warm up. So I'm going to come back to these cards and show you what I used to make them. But here is our Stampin' Up! Hot foil system. And it comes easily. Operator instructions, very easy to follow. I still double check every time. It's not like I have it memorized off the back of my hand. But with it, whoops, I just disconnected. With it, you're going to get a cord, and it looks like it wants to come apart on me. And we're going to plug this in right to the inside right here. And as you guys see, we have this white light and the flashing red light. This is going to take about 6 minutes. So I figured I'd get this going and show you some of the stuff that I played with. And then it'll beep and it'll tell me to go to the next step. And I'll show you the indicator lights as well. But at this point, it's the surface is just heating up. And what's nice about it is it comes on with the silicone platform, so it just sits right in there. It's not going to burn anything. We're going to put that right over to the side. So on these 2 cards that I created, I used the Botanical Glow. Now, like I said, there's like 20 different hot foil dies and stamp bundles out there. I did not buy them all, guys. I did not, believe it or not. But here, see how it's in gold? This is how you know that this is the foil die. And you can foil it in silver, gold, or a really light pink. I have not played with the light pink yet. But here's the die. Here's the stamp. And as you can see, so one I stamped first and one I stamped after. And you can't even tell the difference. So this one I stamped after. And this one I stamped first and then did the foil over it. So you can't even tell the difference, right? So here's the stamp, and then here is the cool die. And you can see that it's a very dull gray. That's how you know it's for the hot foil system. And we're not going to play with this one tonight. Oh, it looks like my stamp is sticking out, so I'm just going to throw that over there. And then here, what's cool about this is the Sweet Sentiment hot foil dies, and it comes with the die cuts, but you foil all these at once. Pretty cool. Or you can just place the foil over the ones you want. But you foil this, you heat this plate, and then you die cut. And that's how I got this nice little sending bunches of love. So how cool is this? Because it's not eliminating gold foil or silver foil paper anymore. But I'm going to tell you what a great accent that will be using both of them together. So that's how I did that card. And then this card, or this is another bundle. I haven't played with it yet. Echoes of Detail Hot Foil. I just love, these are all the foils. And then this is all the accent pieces for stamping. And on this particular card, I'm going to get to the sentiments that we have for this one as well. So first up, one of my favorites, and I haven't had a lot of time to play with it, but I did this in the silver foil, the butterfly flight. So what's cool about this is that I can actually take these stencils, so they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can layer them over and just start coloring them in after I line it up, right? And then I would go to the other. Now I haven't stenciled anything yet, so that's a future class coming up. Hi Pat, how are you? But here is the negative of, I'm going to show it to you on the back side of here. So this is the negative that came, right? So literally, I can trim this up, and actually with it, with some double-sided adhesive, I can use this actually and make this a card as well. So be choosy on what you pick and save, but this is a great one to save the negative for. So again, here is what I did with this. And then check this out. Here are the hot foils plate. Has some accent dies. And then here is the die to cut this out. So we're going to cut these out. Oh no, you know what? I think I'm not going to cut this out. I want to keep this right on here. But I'm going to trim it down. And just so you know, my hot foil system to the right of me is still flashing. It has not beeped. So I have a 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm going to just fold this card in half. And I'm going to trim this down to be 5 1/4. And I'm going to make this at 4 inches. So it's currently at 4 1/4. So I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off here. Bring this to 4. I am just going to distress the edges of this. Now I can use my scissors, or I can just use my nail. Just to give it a ragged look. I'm using two-sided cardstock to do this, so I get that little white edge coming up. And it'd probably be a little bit quicker if I did it with my scissors, but I didn't bring them over here. But just to show you, I mean, you do have options. Just using your nails. And basically what I was looking at creating was a tone-on-tone card base. Now I don't have everything to decorate this yet. But we're just going to put that right there. And now I just need to add a sentiment to that. And there's so many options. I can use the foil systems option. I don't know where to put my garbage, my trash. So that is the butterfly flight foil. We're going to be playing with this again, I believe. I'm going to put that over there, and I'll put this over here. So here is another that I did. Here is the sentiment that I was showing you on that other card. But this one has happy birthday. Those sentiments came, they come with happy birthday, get well, thank you, thinking of you, and celebrate. And they're pretty big sentiments. And you guys can still see, we're still waiting for that to warm up. So I'm just going to take this and cut this. I'm going to gently put this cord down so that it does not turn off on me, because then I have to start all over. I got my die cut plates. Okay, so we're just going to set this up. And again, I've already foiled this. And I have to tell you guys, I did this setup this way so you guys know, so that I can wait for the system to warm up. And it just beeped at me. But let's die cut this first, and then we'll show you how to hot foil. Just gonna line that up nice like that. Probably not lined up. Now, if I was to completely ignore this after it beeped, after a few minutes, it will shut off automatically in case you get interrupted or walk away, which has happened to me. So look at how nice that is, right? Happy birthday. Again, I used the silver foil. And we might actually put this on the card that we're going to create. All right, so as you can see, now my red flash light is steady red, and this is flashing. So I'm going to push this, and now I'm going to wait for this to turn green. Now you can put your hot foil die on there now, but according to instructions, it does tell you to wait. So we're going to wait, but I have done it both ways. And that doesn't take long, but we're going to slide this over again. I'm just losing everything over here. Okay, that goes over there. It goes behind me. All right, and then the other thing too is I wanted to share with you is this great Luxe alphabet. So what's really cool about this is that if you have the die cuts to cut this out. So I did this in silver as well, right? And then I can put the die, again, just to compare. One is shiny and one is on the dollar side. And we can just line this up like that and die cut it. But it is now telling me that our die cutting system is ready, our hot foil system. and the green light is on. So let's try to get some stuff out of the way here. And I'm going to take my butterflies. And I'm going to take the foil, and I'm taking the shiny side, and we're going down. And then I'm taking my cardstock, and I'm going to use a patterned paper. Two-tone and the thinner, lighter paper does work better from what I've been told. I haven't, it works great on the white basic cardstock. So then I'm going to put my cardstock on top. I'm taking my hot shim, and I'm putting that on top there. And then I'm taking my acrylic platform spacer, and we're putting that right there. So that's all I need to do. I'm going to unplug this. So I've unplugged it. I'm going to move my hot tray out of the way. We're going to bring my die cutting machine back up, and we're going to slide this right through here. It fits perfect in the Stampin' Up die cutting machine. And the other thing that they say to get, so you don't get foil, excess foil, is to push it through very slowly. It goes through so easy, so smooth. And as you can see, I'm going to pick it up right from the bottom. It's not hot. And I'm going to put it back on my silicone tray. I'll move my die cutting machine to the side again. Remove my plates. I'm going to pick this up, and we're going to pull that right off. And we have our cool little die cut flowers, die cut butterflies there. And then, so I want to share with you, we're going to take this off with our little handy tool that comes with your kit. And I have a silicone mat, another one that comes with the kit. So there's no burning involved. It's just going to sit right on that tray over to the side here. We're going to put this back in. While we wait again, I'm going to plug this back in. We'll get it going again. And just so you guys see, oops, I just unplugged it. The red is flashing. We're going to wait for that red light to stop flashing. Hi, Donna. Hi, Mary. How are you guys? Sorry, I'm just so busy crafting here. I didn't see that you joined. And now we're going to take my butterfly dies. Wherever I put them. Okay, we just had them out here. Everything is sticking. Huh, I wonder what I just did with them. That is going to go over there. That is going to go for there. Did I put them over here? Well, it's not like I don't have time. Once it does heat up, though, I did notice it doesn't take as long to heat up the next time. I really want it. That's going to drive me crazy. All right, that's the hot foil. Oh, duh. Okay, I totally forgot. So this is what I wanted to show you. I put the regular die on. This is the die cutting machine. This is not the hot foil, right? So that is cool because somebody asked me, can you use other dies? Will all of them work? No, but that's what I wanted to share with you, how I got this, just the outline in silver on this die. So now we can move that aside, and we're going to die cut this out right around the edge. Oh my gosh. You guys, I do have senior moments. And I just got the steady red light. So I don't know how this is going to die cut. I just know that I can get the foil imprint on here. You know what? I'm going to save that for after because I might decide to stencil that now that I have it on that patterned paper. All right. So we have the flashing white light, the steady red light. I'm going to push this and we're going to wait for this to turn green. So in the meantime, I am going to put our Celebrate on here. We're going to get this ready to go. So and we can start decorating my card. So again, I did 4 1/4 by 11, right? I am going to trim this down, but I'm going to do some edging on here, and I'm going to do some splattering on here. So I'm taking our new shimmer brushes, and I'm just splattering. Trying to get a bigger splatter. And then I'm going to take the blue, our hydrangea blue. You can barely see the pink on here, guys. All right. My machine just beeped at me. I'm going to bring it over, right? I cut out a small piece of foil. I'm going to put the shiny side down. And we're going to use black cardstock. And I always do my cardstock slightly bigger than what I really need it, in case I didn't center it correctly on there. It gives me the option to, it gives me the option to trim down if I need to. Right, we're going to unplug, bring up my die cutting machine. I definitely need a bigger workspace. Gonna move. Oh no. Well, my card and my foil did not move, and that's a good thing. You don't want those to move as you're putting it through your machine. You want to make sure that is steady, just like when you're die cutting anything. But how cool is this, guys? No stamping, nothing. We are just foiling and cutting. So a lot of people I've heard say, well, this is stupid. Why doesn't this work with other die cutting machines? Well, that's kind of like, you know, somebody put the really good analogy out there and said, like, you got two different types of food processor. If one's going to add an extra component to it, why would they want it to fit into their competitor's unit? So I really thought that that was a really great analogy. All right, so here's my Celebrate. I'm going to just cut that off. There we go. How pretty is that? And I take my little handy, and this metal, this guy here, so if you ever put a, dropped a small die on the floor, or a small metal embellishment, right? This guy, this is your savior here. It'll pick up anything metal. No, I can't get it to release. Okay. So let's play around with this some more. I'm going to take our Stampin' Up! Journaling pen, and I'm going to just draw some squiggly lines here. And I might need to trim this down. I got distracted. Yep. So, grab my trimmer again. So I need this to be 4 inches, and it's currently at 4 1/4. So I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off over here. Eighth of an inch off on this side. And we're at 5 1/4. That's perfect. We're going to line this up right there. Nothing fancy. I think we should trim this down, obviously. And I think we should do some stenciling and definitely try to die cut this. All right, so I'm just going to line this up. Let's just see if we can die cut this. I don't know if that'll work or not. Again, I haven't tried that yet. But hey, we're all about a learning program. Let's see if I can get this lined up and nicely cut. So these are going to cut out to create 4 separate butterflies, or 5. Okay, nothing great, nothing spectacular. We just got some nice plaid. It obviously does show lightly the silver edging on them. I didn't do the best die cutting on them. Do you guys feel like playing some more? Because I do. My vision of what I had is not coming to fruition. So I'm going to cut out some more. Get this guy plugged in. And we're going to cut some more foil. So each box of foil comes with 2 rolls in it. And again, like I said, you've got the choice of gold, a light pink, and a silver. And you always want to make sure that you don't want to make the same mistake twice. You're cutting so that you have enough foil to cover the whole piece. You guys are awful quiet tonight. Do you guys have any questions on this at all? All right. So this is what's going to go on my foil machine. It's going to go flat side down. And then this is going to go over that. And then we're going to put, and I have this piece of cardstock, we're going to put this cardstock over it. Once the machine is ready, we can always use our little sentiment here for happy birthday. I'll play with those little, or we can use our celebrate. We can trim that down. Let's see what we get when we get to that. In the meantime, we can die cut. I want to show you those letters. We can die cut these letters. We're going to line that up. And it comes with numbers and it comes with symbols. It does not come with the ampersand, which is very disappointing, in my opinion. Definitely would love to see an ampersand. All right, so we're just going to line this up as best I can. I am winging it, guys. I do not have my washi tape here. Thinking it's looking pretty good. So guys, check this out. All of your letters all separate. Cool to see them all on the page themselves. But great for your memory keeping or creating your own little sentiments on your card, personalizing it. Right, I think I've got them all. Yeah, S that's still stuck in there. Right, look how cool that is. I'll see if I can blow it up for you guys. So when I saw that these cut out separately, I'm like, okay, I definitely have to do this. All right. So my sheen just beeped, which is good because, as we know, once you start working with it, you're not waiting that full 6 minutes. So we're going to put that on my hot plate. Move these guys out of the way. We've had fun with those. We're going to put my foil. Let's move this over. We got that. We're going to push this button and we're going to wait for that to get green. Again, like I said, you can put this on there. Just don't put your foil on yet. That doesn't matter that it's lined up. I got too much going on here and not enough room. All right. So we're going to be putting this on with this as soon as I get that green signal. And then we might die cut them. We'll see how pretty it looks. We won't stencil tonight. But I am going to see if I can trim this guy down. Because we might use it. But I don't want it to be that big. And then I'm going to take just a little bit off here. Yep. Make that 4 inches long. See how that goes. Okay, guys, so here it is. I'm going to bring it over. All right. Again, foil. And then cardstock. I think I'm going to go with the wide gingham. And then I'm going to take my green plate, my hot foil plate, and my spacer. Right? I'm going to unplug it. I just need to make room for my die cutting machine. And we're going to drag this baby through. Not real fast, just a nice even pace. Alright, remove that. Remove this. Bring up this. Look, guys, look how pretty. Right? Here is my negative. I think I'm going to save that. And I'm just going to take this off and move that to the side. We are done with our foil machine. And I think I just want to die. I'm going to see. Yeah, let's try to die cut these. I'm telling you, it is so addicting. Once you start, it's like you just want to keep creating because there's so many different layers and options, combining stamps with the foil, adding a ton of different options and techniques with it. Looking for my other plate. Oh. This is not the right plate. I don't think it's going to work. Grabbed my hot foil plate. Oh, I learned something new. That will not work in replacement. And now I just messed it all up. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm a perfectionist and it's not lining up, and I'm going to make sure it lines up. And quite honestly, I'm not used to die cutting sitting down. Do you guys sit down when you die cut, or do you stand up? All right, I'm going to use my washi tape. A cute little washi tape dispenser. One of my teammates got that for me, and I love it. I use it all the time. Kathy, you know, mostly stand. I stand too, so sitting down, this is like a whole different point of view. Okay, look at how pretty, guys. See if we can zoom in on that. So I used the paper pattern to create that colored background, right? But this bundle also gives you the option to color in and stencil. All right, let's get this out of the way. All right, there's our 5 little butterflies. We are going to take this and we're just gonna add some dimensionals. Put that right there. And let's see. Well, we can do that, or see if I can lift this guy up and move him just a little higher. Right, perfect. We'll add some dimensionals to here. And I'm going to move him up a little higher. And add dimensionals to our happy birthday. And then we have our little butterflies that they keep selling out of, but come on, we got to put more butterflies in. And I'm going to go with the darker one to kind of give it a little bit more accent. All right. And look, I have 3 more butterflies still left to play with. So fun, easy, right? We took a little bit longer. I do too, Kathy. The black was, it wasn't my original envision. And actually, I was using these and I was going to put, because in the dies, you've got the little butterfly bodies. But my original vision, I was winging it, didn't come to fruition. So, but I think that came out really nice. Simple, right? Anyway. So that's it, guys. How fun, how easy. Those that are coming this weekend to my in-person event, I will definitely be doing a demonstration. I will keep it simple, but I just want to share with you guys how fun and easy it is to play with this by using designer series paper, or we got, they're saying the two-tone works best. They're saying the thicker cardstock, the 8.5 by 11, does not work that great. Again, I haven't tried it, but I did use the 8.5 by 11 white, and it worked fine. It was perfect. So, you know, everybody's got an opinion until you try it yourself and see how it works. I do, you know, as I shared with you, I used to have a foil machine. I won't say the name of the company, but I used to get excess foil everywhere, and I hated it. Just trying, constantly having to clean it up. Well, here you know, I haven't gotten any foliage overage at all. So really love the system. Very easy, fun to work with. If you are interested, stay tuned for this weekend. I do have a special coming, and the hot foil machine might be a part of it. So keep an eye out for my weekend specials. They will be the same for those that are at my in-person event as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, hanging in there with me. I know I kind of changed things up in the middle because I didn't like the outcome. So I do appreciate you. And if you enjoyed watching and like me keeping videos real, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great week, guys, and see you later. Bye.